Okay guys, it is Thursday. That means today we are going to highlight. Yesterday, you did some underlining to figure out your viewpoint from the point of view of the author. Today, you are going to be making connections to what you read with your experiences in life. So this is on page 357, and this is the table that we are going to use to fill out as you go. Making connections between what you read and your personal experiences helps you better understand a text. That's text to self, like our reading log. You think about your experiences that you've had and you relate it to what the author has to try to make more meaning. To make these connections, think about what happens in a text and find similar examples in your own life. So, starting back on page 337, we've had our underlining here. Now it's time to highlight. So let's look at what we're supposed to do for our very first connections highlight. It says, highlight details that help you make a connection between buildings in Greensburg and your town. Okay, so the buildings in their town to buildings in ours. Okay. Explain how the buildings that had been in Greenburg were similar to and different from buildings where you live. Okay, so your job is to think about the buildings in your town and the buildings there. So think about our town, Niles or Buchanan. For us, we have to think about the buildings in Buchanan because that's where our home is. Think about our buildings in Niles. As you read this, highlight what helps you connect. So look in paragraph 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm looking at this as I go. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Wow. Here's what I underlined. I made so many connections as I read this. Mr. Schmidt's house, that might as well be my neighbor's house. 12 people lifted a truck off of their house. Mr. Schmidt, that could be my neighbor's. I highlighted our school because we have schools in our town and in Niles, everywhere. The hospital, oh my gosh, we have that in Niles. Churches, yes, there's churches in my town and in our town in Niles. A water tower. Our house is right next to the water tower. I can't imagine if the water tower came toppling down on our house or if our house was even spared. That would be a major disaster. The drugstore, that's like my Rite Aid. That's where I get my medicines, at Rite Aid down the street. Soda fountain, that's like the Pops at the store. The grocery store, yeah, we have Harding's. You guys have a really fancy Martin's there. 2 hotels. We don't have hotels really in Buchanan, but there are fancy ones in Niles. 3 banks. Yeah, we've got a couple banks downtown. A theater. Yeah, there's the pretty turquoise theater on the river in Niles. So look at all of these things. How are they the same and different from where you live? This could be any town. Down here, all of that was destroyed. Over here, down further on the bottom, it says the trees were shredded to nothing. I didn't highlight that because it was talking about buildings, but I think I'll do a squiggly under there because that matters to me. I can't imagine there being a tree that was here, last night, but not anymore. That would be not okay. And like I showed some of my kids on Zoom, the tornado leveled everything, ripped all the leaves off the tree. It was bad. The only buildings left standing were the courthouse, the historic building, and Greenburg's giant grain elevator complex. So as you read, make connections to what you know about your life and what experiences the author is having. That's what I want you to do today for highlighting. I can't wait to talk with you about it a little later during our Zoom. Okay, enjoy the story. I'll talk to you guys later.